Hi everyone! It has been a minute since I sat down to film and upload a video about pregnancy and this journey that I have been on. I really wanted to sit down and do a dedicated video to the transition of what it was like going from a fertility clinic to an OB, and also some of the symptoms I've had in my first trimester and so far in my second trimester, and just the journey that it's been so far. Before I get into that, currently I am 22 weeks pregnant with twin baby girls. So since I spoke to you last, we knew it was twins, but we didn't know the gender. So it's super exciting knowing that they're twin baby girls. There's definitely a bump. We are over the moon, overjoyed, happy, and we couldn't ask for anything more. I still can't believe that I'm going to be a mom of two baby girls. It's surreal to me, and just, it's so exciting. We also did all the genetic testing that comes along in that first trimester, first couple weeks of working with an OB. So in today's video, I really want to talk about the transition from a fertility clinic to an OB, the couple of symptoms that I have had in my first trimester, and what's been going on so far in thus far. So for transitioning from the clinic to the OB, the clinic that we use, and of course everyone is different, everyone has different clinics, everyone has different insurance, so this is just my experience and what we chose and what our insurance covered with our fertility clinic as well. Our clinic was able to see us up to 10 weeks of pregnancy. So every week we went in for a blood work and ultrasound. Every week they took a vial of blood to make sure that all of my levels were increasing and everything looked good, and also went in for an ultrasound to see the little babies. So that was really awesome to kind of, even now, even 22 weeks pregnant, it has been really incredible to see them literally grow from basically nothing to being full babies. It has been a really special experience, from seeing them as basically specks on a screen to make sure something was implanted, to now having arms, legs, a mouth, tongues, limbs. It's crazy. So it's been really awesome. We transferred to our OB after those 10 weeks. I was able to schedule an appointment at 12 weeks with my OB. And everything went really good. The first entry appointment was basically them just saying, "What are you here for?" They did a quick ultrasound to make sure that, to confirm the pregnancy. Again, even though we had worked with a fertility clinic, they have their own rules and regulations that they need to follow. So the OB just did a quick ultrasound. We were able to see both girls, and it was a really quick 30 minute appointment, in and out. So that was really nice. I was a little bit disappointed though, to be very honest, that just the culture shift from going from the fertility clinic to the OB. You're used to working with a fertility clinic, and at least with ours, we absolutely loved our fertility clinic. So we had grown really attached to the doctors and the nurses and the techs, and everyone we saw, where they really seemed to care about you and your story and building your family. So that was something that was really important to us. And going from that and saying goodbye to them to switching to an OB, where they do all types of things that are routine, and they also work with many women and couples who never had issues getting pregnant. So I knew that it was going to be very much a shift of working with someone who was very integral and were really invested in you succeeding in a healthy pregnancy, compared to someone who it's routine where they see maybe pregnant people day in and day out that haven't struggled. Getting that shift from, oh, you're pregnant, instead of being like, this is a miracle that you're pregnant, and how excited are you, and it's awesome that this is happening, and just kind of the excitement that the fertility clinic had when we became pregnant. It definitely was a culture shift working with the OB. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it was something that I wasn't expecting to walk out feeling like they didn't really care about us as much as the fertility clinic did. And of course, it's not the OB's fault. They work with people and women day in and day out for various reasons, and that's not what they do. They don't do infertility. So it was just different. So that's something that I would call out to anyone going through this as well. Just be ready and prepared for maybe a culture shock, that switching from a fertility clinic that you absolutely love working with to an OB that just is very routine might have on you. In the first trimester, some of my symptoms were nausea, food aversions, extreme exhaustion, and heartburn. Extreme exhaustion and heartburn have definitely trickled into the second trimester, and something that I still definitely experience still even up to this point of being 22 weeks pregnant. The nausea and food aversions were definitely pretty bad in the first trimester. I don't know if it was because that I'm pregnant with twins, that it was maybe double, but it was really hard for me to be around anything that didn't sound good in that moment. So whether it was it didn't even have to be anything that specific. Even if a peanut butter and jelly or scrambled eggs or anything at all, if it didn't sound good for me in that moment, it wasn't going to last very long in my system. So unfortunately, it was really something that I had to prioritize. If I don't want it, I'm not going to force myself to eat it and then force myself to get sick. So my husband was incredible with basically like, whatever you can get down, whatever you're craving in this moment, I'll go out and get. I'll do whatever needs to happen so you can nourish yourself and nourish the babies, which was amazing. So that was definitely one of my main symptoms, was the nausea and food aversions. Extreme exhaustion was also definitely one of the number one symptoms that I had during the first trimester. I think you hear that from pregnant women a lot, that of course you're tired, you're growing another baby, a baby, or in my case, 2 babies. So in my mind, I was always like, of course you're gonna be tired. Of course there's going to be exhaustion. But I never really put it into perspective of how tired you get, where you cannot keep your eyes open. There were some times in meetings where I would literally be like really trying to keep my eyes open because I could barely handle it. Those afternoon after work naps were crucial to even make it past dinner time with my husband and just even having some semblance of an evening. Of course, I would still be going to bed early because I was so tired, but it was crucial to me. Another symptom that I had is heartburn. I have never experienced heartburn in my life before pregnancy, and let me tell you, it is not fun. So that definitely came on fast in the first trimester, where I would just constantly feel acid reflux and heartburn. The old wives' tale is that it means your baby, or babies in my case, are going to have a lot of hair. So we will see if that is the case, because I even currently, still to this day, even right now in this moment, have heartburn. And so it's definitely something that has been progressing through the first and now into the second trimester as well. It's annoying, it sucks, but it's really not that bad compared to other pregnancy symptoms. It's more annoying than anything. I would definitely take heartburn over nausea or extreme exhaustion any day. So within the second trimester, something that has happened that is very exciting is I have started to feel flutters and kicks from the babies. So it's just, of course, really reassuring, especially with coming and working from a fertility clinic. Of course, everyone is different, but I have had a lot of anxiety during this pregnancy of, it sounds bad, but kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for something bad to happen, because everything is going so well and so smooth. The babies are healthy. They are, they're doing great. So I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, because it can't be this perfect, right? It can't be this easy, because it hasn't been easy. So a lot of my anxiety has been calmed so far in the second trimester with feeling the kicks and feeling the flutters. It has been an incredible feeling. Of course, the flip side of that is sometimes when you don't feel flutters and kicks, you start to overthink things. But I've really tried to just calm my mind and be like, the safest place for the babies right now is in my body. I'm doing everything that I can do, everything that is possible to be the best mom I can be right now, where that's nourishing my body, taking prenatals, getting movement and exercise. I'm doing all that. The safest place for them right now is in my body. So I just need to remember that. But the flutters and kicks have been incredible, and especially coming from using a fertility clinic and having infertility, it's something that there were many times during the night, or many times where I would think, is this something I'm ever going to be able to experience? Is this something that, when people talk about it, is this something that I will ever know? So it's really incredible. I could get emotional talking about it right now. It's really incredible to have those kicks and flutters inside of me, and feel them move, and feel like I am a mom. I'm doing this, and it's crazy. In particular with twins, it is considered a high-risk pregnancy. So with that, I do have to take, well, I did have to take a gestational diabetes test in the second trimester, and as that I will have to in the third trimester as well. So I did pass the second trimester gestational diabetes test. So that was fantastic news. I was very excited. And of course I would do anything to keep the babies healthy. So even if I didn't pass, of course I would do whatever's necessary, but it was definitely a relief to know that I passed as well. So I will have to do that again in my third trimester, unfortunately. But it is something that I passed at for right now. One of the biggest symptoms that I have had in my second trimester is round ligament pain. I had heard about that from other people and from watching videos and doing some research. I knew that it was very painful. I knew that a lot of women get it. It's something that's actually very painful, and something that I definitely wasn't expecting. So a rest has been really good for me with that, and stretching has been really good, and I walk when I can. We go to the gym and I just get in some movement. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it makes it feel worse. So it really depends on the day which feels best in that time. But it is something that I definitely didn't anticipate happening so early. A lot of women experience it in their third trimester. Of course, with me having twins and just I'm carrying two babies, it did seem to happen a little bit sooner, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that. I've just been resting when I need to, and stretching and moving my body to make it feel better. On top of that, I have had some lower back pain, but of course, same thing. I'm carrying more weight in my belly area, so of course that's gonna offset my back. So resting, stretching, doing prenatal yoga, all those kinds of things have been really helpful. All right, so like I said, it has been an amazing experience so far. We did do the 16-week early anatomy scan because I have multiples, and the 20-week anatomy scan on top of all the genetic testing and all the blood work and everything looks incredible with the girls. So that's such a good news. We are over the moon thrilled that we are going to be parents to 2 little baby girls still. It's still unreal to think about. I'm sitting here in their nursery looking at their cribs, and sometimes it just takes me a minute to really process the fact that we're here compared to this time last year, this time 6 months ago even. And I'm extremely grateful, but everything looks absolutely fantastic. So all good news. I promise I will make more updates and videos as I enter my 3rd trimester. My baby shower is coming up in about 2 or 3 weeks, so that's super exciting. Springtime is coming, and then the babies will be here before we know it. So it's crazy to think about. I am so excited to be a mom. I'm so excited to experience giving birth, whether that's C-section or vaginally, and just have them here when their time comes and we're ready for them. I mean, we're already ready for them, but ready for them to come and be healthy into this world. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I want to do more updates about body image and things like that as well. Things that are not very specific to a trimester, but just overall pregnancy things. Maybe I'll do a couple more videos related. Give me some ideas in the comments if you want to see anything specific. But thank you for watching. I love that I'm able to document this journey and everything that we've been through. So I couldn't be more grateful. All right, thank you so much.